Welcome to this, the third of our Holy Week devotionals. It's during this Holy Week that we remember Jesus walking with his disciples, teaching the people around him, giving them, in a sense, last-minute instructions, since he knew that he was going to be betrayed, that he was going to suffer, that he was going to die. What he was experiencing, he identifies in John chapter 12, beginning with verse 27. Now is my soul troubled. What should I say? Father, save me from this hour? No. It is for this reason that I have come to this hour. Father, glorify your name. Then a voice came from heaven. I have glorified it, and I will glorify it again. The crowd standing there, some heard it and thought it was thunder. Others said, an angel has spoken to him. Jesus answered, this voice has come for your sake, not for mine. Now is the judgment of this world. Now the ruler of this world will be driven out. And I, when I am lifted up from the earth, will draw all people to myself. As we walk with Jesus in the midst of his being troubled, we sense in our own lives the turmoil, the uncertainty, the fear of the world around us. Jesus, in the midst of this section and in the verses around it, invites us as disciples, as his people, to follow his path. From what Jesus is talking about today, I sense three things. The first is that we need to hold to the commitment, the plan that we have made, to hold to our connection with Jesus. Hang on to that no matter what. He didn't dismiss the concerns of the disciples. Instead, what he said when they said, don't go to Jerusalem, he said, what should I say? Save me, Father, from this hour? No. It's for this reason that we are here in the world. This was in the midst of his anguish over what he was experiencing. What we need to do when we realize that what we expect should be happening during these days in our lives is not happening the way we thought it should. We need to hang on to that commitment that we have, the plan that we have made in our lives with Jesus, our Lord. The second thing we need to do during this time is we need to go deeper in faith. As we go deeper into our faith, we have that stronger, truer understanding of who God is, how God is at work in us. Jesus said, Father, glorify your name. And we read the words that a voice came and said, I have glorified it, I will glorify it again. Some thought it was an angel. Others thought it was thunder. But it's interesting that some heard the voice. Some were open to God's action. Some were open to the voice of God, to God's working in our world. Others just thought it was thunder. As we continue our commitment to Jesus, to go deeper in faith, in prayer, in study, in our ability to hear what God is saying, and grow in our understanding of what God is doing at work in our lives, even now, even this week, right at this time, when we didn't expect that this would be happening, that we'd all be in our homes. For us, that voice is coming through. It's not muffled thunder, but it's coming through with clarity, with an understanding for you and for me of what God is doing. Because even in this, God can be glorified. The third thing that we do is we hang on to God's promise. The victory that God gives, or the process to that victory, may not be the process we want, may not be the way we think it should be happening, but God is at work in our lives. God will fulfill his own purpose, and it will be to God's glory. In the midst, stay strong in your commitment to the Lord. Continue to go deeper in faith and trust the promise of God. This is the hopeful, expectant confidence that derives from a Christian's commitment that no matter what happens in our lives, God is there, working with us, blessing us, guiding us, directing us. Jesus did not try to get out of dying on the cross for us. And since he did that, he will also stand with us during our times of cross-bearing. And we live with the confidence that when this world becomes God's eternal world, then where Jesus is, there too will we, his servants, be. God bless you this week.